Welcome to their Team Solemn Circus video today. We're going over the brand new released Dark World structure deck. It's reloaded, it's fun, and it's ready to go. Return of the Dark. So the structure deck came out a very long time ago. I think it was 2008, I want to say. I don't know. I remember playing this when I was younger, and it was a really fun deck. I like Danger Dark World a lot, personally. I'm glad they added some of the cards in it. Like, we have Snake as well as not Nessie. We have Bigfoot as well as Thunderbird in it. So, you know, good level 8s. They don't really include any rank 8s in this. We're going to do a 3-time structure deck just after this, because, you know, most people know what these cards in. We could just read you these and that would be that. But I thought you guys would enjoy something a little more casual, so let's crack in. One of my buddies actually suggested that I do open like this with some, like, make the deck as well as just like doing it because casual players like that, and I like appealing to everybody, and there's not that many apparently out here. This deck did definitely get nerfed a lot with the D-Fissure and Macrocosmos going to 3, but it's still a fun deck. So we see here that we get the Dark World playmat, very, very nice. And then we have power-up packs with this kind of little combo thing. You know, interesting that they did Mudcracker is 100% for this deck. I don't see them having, they have a common card in one of these sets. I don't know which one it is. But Mudcracker definitely is one card you want to pick up if you're going to play it. I wouldn't count Albaz or Tactical Masters. It's cool how they thought the Labyrinth would go, but they're just fiends. And then Ultimate Slayer, definitely do not play that in this deck. And Dragon Utopia is kind of slow. This card, not really great either for the deck. Like, I just think that, like, their excuse is just pretty bad for this. The counter trap, okay, like, it doesn't really make any sense to me. And with, like, you don't even have anything here with Utopia. Like, you have the fusion monster, and in fusion you want to send what you're playing against, like Albaz, or maybe like yeah, tier Albaz. You really want to send their cards to the graveyard? I don't think so, personally. So I think definitely pick this card up. Soul Scissors is cool too, but definitely pick the Mudcracker up. So getting into it, we're going to open it up. We're going to go over the hollows and go through the cards. You do see that they're advertising their own structure deck in the back there. So here we see the Regen Bow, Overking of Dark World. You West on this card from your graveyard by returning a level 7 or lower Dark World monster you control to the hand. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, you can add one level 5 or higher Dark World monster from your deck to your hand except itself. And then if this card is discarded from your hand by your opponent's card effect, you can summon a level 4 from your deck or graveyard to either field. So you can actually summon the little guy, the level, I think it's level 1, I'm not too sure. Where is it? You can summon this one here, yeah. That could be a good card. I definitely think this is a 2 of. Very, very shiny. He's like your cover card. Or I guess let's say one of the cover cards. We have the other fusion. We have Dark World Puppetry. This is like your interruption. During target 3 cards in any graveyard, banish them and discard a fiend. So, you know, you can play this versus tier. Pretty good. It's like your Ishizu at home, I guess. Then we have the Archive. This is a cool card. During your main phase, you can discard one Dark World monster, and if you do add one Dark World's card to gain attack equal to the level, top of 100. So if you discard a level 8, they get 800. Nice little boost there. You know, you do get your pluses. So if monsters who are type is fiend discarded, you can draw 2 cards. That's pretty alright. You know, we like discarding in the deck. We have the cover card, the fusion card. This card is insane. When your opponent activates a card or a normal spell trap card while you have a card in your hand, you can activate this effect. The effect of that card becomes your opponent discards 1 card. That does count as your opponent making you discard cards, so they definitely fixed that problem up. A nice little negate, and you can summon out Grapha. Then each player discards 1 card. I like that a lot. This card's definitely good. We have the fusion spell here. It's funny how it's also a quick play. During your main phase, you can choose one Fiend Fusion monster, not just Dark World cards, looking at you, Fluffles, by banishing materials from your field or graveyard. You know, it's kind of their new way of doing it. You don't really want to use cards from the hand. You want to either use them from the deck or from graveyard. If you're swinging Dark World this way, you can also discard monsters as material. That is insane. During your main phase, card is sent to the graveyard. You can add it, discard to your hand, then discard one Dark World monster. So you don't need to play 3 of it. You can play like 2 or even 1 possibly, because you do have that recursion, and you can search it. So then we have another new card, Genta, Gateman of the Dark World. This card is insane. You guys will see it featured on one of the matches that I played. Heroes versus Dark World. Fun little recap, I guess. Sneak peek. You always put someone Gambit of the Dark World once per turn. You can discard this card from your graveyard and add the Gates, which is a crazy card as well. Read out to your hand. If this card is banished while you control the Dark World launch, you can put someone this card. This card is like a searcher for your field spell, which I don't think you used to play, so now you just do because it's crazy. Then we have a Paul, Hermit of the Dark World. If this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, you can target one Dark World monster in your graveyard except itself. Push summon it to your field. Then if the card is discarded from your hand by graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can push summon to either side of your field one fiend monster that's banished or in your hand or a graveyard. I like how they fixed the text on these cards. They used to have a lot of problems like just reading it over for the first time. You're like, what is going on? So I'm glad they fixed out some of the wording there. And this is the Counter Trap Dark World Punishment. Sick art. When a monster would be normal plus summoned, you can negate that summon if you destroy that monster, then discard one fiend type monster. If a Dark World monster you control would be destroyed by battle or by opponent's card effects, you can banish the card from your graveyard instead. It's a nice little interruption and protection. I think this deck is most likely not going to use it because you are not playing that many traps. You want to have a combo build, but that's it for the stuff. Still a cool little interaction. Maybe you could look at trap deck. Then we see a this is the retrained version, so we have that guy. We have a Lucent, nice little one. I don't think it's ever been played. Another one that's never been played. I remember playing this guy. He comes in ulti. I actually like him a lot, but not very good. Silva, you play 2 of these now because you are able to force your opponent with that level 1. So we play 2 of these. Very nice card. Baron, you don't play this anymore. Card's never really good. Beige, I think you can play 1 of these. Some people actually just cut them out completely, but it's like another extender, and it's super easy to make Dweller in this deck, so I think this card's definitely a 1 of. Brow, you play 3 of these. I love my secret rares. You don't need to play that. You don't need to play this. Don't need to play Gren. If you want to play Gren Maju, you can though, because we now have a lot of the commons, for common charity format. This is the guy you now play. If this card's from center to the graveyard, put someone to your opponent's side of the field, defense position, and if you're special one, your opponent discards 1 card. So you summon this, and you're able to do some stuff. It also stops Fenrir, so that's very, very important to know. Then we have the normal Dark Worlds. You just play them. It's 21 defense, pretty good. Then we have the common Bigfoots, very, very nice. I'm glad we end up getting these. A Thunderbird and a Mothman, as well as a Snake. It is at 1, so make sure you guys, make sure you only play 1 of these in your deck, guys. It is at 1. We have Lady of Lament, nice little card. Fabled Raven, Absolute King Blackjack. Glad this got numerous reprints. It's pretty getting expensive. We have Dark World Dealings. This card's good, but kind of bad going into matchups blind because you don't want to make tier discard a card like that. So very important to know what you're playing against. Charge to a Dark World. I don't think this card's even used. I think it came out in Code of the Duelist. Yeah, I mean, it's like a Monster Reborn by discarding a Fiend, so you're going, I guess, -2, kinda. And then Gateway to the Dark World, cool card, but you don't need to play it. Same thing with Lightning. We're not playing Down Drop with Jave. Card Destruction, nice card. The Forces of Darkness, trap card. Target 2, add the targets to your hand. So I guess you're going, getting some cards back. It's like a worse Pot of Avarice, I guess. Dark World Brainwashing. Nice little Doggo. And then Dark Smog, Doggo going again. Mind Crush, this is a nice reprint. Deck Devastation Virus, you have big monster on the field, so if you can get this off, you're doing pretty good. And Dino Paleomiscus, a nice another common reprint. And Skill Drain, this is very nice. We got so many Skill Drain reprints lately. I'm glad we did. This card is amazing and common. I'm glad it came in that. If you actually pull this off, this is me in the deck for the budget deck. But yeah, you pull it off, you get some big monster on the field. But this is 32. You just flip these and you just have a 32 body on the field. Good luck with most decks getting over that. Then for the old cards coming back, we have Grapha, Lower Deck. He's like your main guy. We have Snow, Underlight. This card's great. We play 3 of it. Gates of the Dark World, great card. And then we have the Master Duel. I actually kind of like this. Very, very well done. Master Duel, Duel Links, and Tactical Masters, as well as Dark World. I actually really like this a lot. This is kind of cool. So we have 3 promos. When are we going to get more? Who knows? You guys let me know. I think this one's new, I think. But yeah, Master Duel had 5,000 or 5. I think it's like I don't know, 50,000 downloads. I think I got the notification for it, so that's pretty cool. I don't know, people are enjoying it, and we're gonna flip right over to the deck. Now that we got the deck already up, we are playing. It's only 3 of the structure decks put together. I am using some different rarities with the cards, so please don't get mad at me that. I just have them already sleeved up, so I thought I'd use them. So for start off, we're gonna play 2 of the new ones. We're gonna play 2 Overking. This card is, we're gonna just zoom in right there. This card's very, very good. You know, you don't need 3 of it because it is kind of a brick and it just reborns itself, so you don't really need it. Same reason why we're playing only 2 of the Graphas. You used to play 3, but now with your new one, you're kind of just playing 4 Graphas in total. They do different stuff, but you know, it's the same kind of card, same deal. This one is a little bit more powerful. That's why we're not playing 3 in 1, and they're both, you know, you want to be able to summon them both. So then we are playing the 2 Silva. Pardon me, I only actually own 1 secret rare, so we are having to play the common. Very, very nice card. So now that, you know, we are able to summon monsters on our opponent's side of the field, we kind of want to play the Dark World. More Dark World, because this card does go well with the fusion. It allows us to draw cards, so that's why we play it. And that's fit for the big level, over level 4, I should say, of the Dark World monsters. The big bosses of the deck. And then we are playing for level 4s. We're playing 3 Genta. You know, this card, as I said earlier, is great. You're able to search for your field spell, and it does actually come up when you're banishing for the... you know, normally that's what you want to banish when you activate the fusions card, so I play 3 of it. We are playing 3 Snow. You've always really played 3 Snow. You discard, you get so many pluses off of it, so that's what we play. Then we are playing the 1, or we're playing 3 Brow, what am I saying? This card's absolutely insane. It just summons itself back and you get to draw 1. So we definitely like that. Like, it's insane. You draw, no, you don't, this one, you just draw 2. Beige is the one that you summon back, so. I don't know about you guys, but I like drawing cards. This card does lose a lot to draw. This whole deck loses a lot to draw, but gladly Droll's on the format right now, so we aren't really going to see that. And then this is the one that special summons itself. We play 1 beige as our 1-ofs. Free body, level 4. You know, you can easily go into your Abyss Dwellers. That's unfortunately not in this deck, but you're gonna play 1 for the 1-of, 1 beige, 1 Paul. He's one of your newer ones. My bad. He's all right. And then 1 Scurly. This is for your kind of like your little lock. It makes it so that opponent's cards, like when the special summon 1 card from your deck, if you have no monster on the field, it just kind of like locks them up. Like no Fenrir's is huge in this deck, especially with Kashira getting big in the upcoming format. Also stops like Imperm or Lightning Storm and stuff like that kind of effects. Then for the non-Dark World card, we are playing the 3 Bigfoot, the 1 Thunderbird, as well as the 3 Mothman and 1 Snake. Thunderbird's not that great. A lot of the time, you're not going to really want to resolve the effect. If you had 3 Nessie, you'd obviously play 3 Nessie. But unfortunately, it didn't come with the structure deck, so we're not playing it. Bigfoot's just a big body, and if it gets discarded, you're able to pop. So we take pops, and then Snake is that 1, or else you play more than that. And then Danger's is level 4 as well, and you get to discard and draw a card, which is just more digging in the deck that this deck loves. And now for the spells, you're playing the 3 Dark World dealings, or Gates of the Dark World, and red Dark World dealing. Your field spell, you search it, you have ways. You could cut this down to 2, because you do have many ways of searching it, but with your discarding all the time, you can just use this for discard fodder and just tunnel through your deck. We are playing the 3 Dark World Dealings. Draw card, good card. We're playing 2 Dark World Ascensions. This is your fusion, as I said. You do get to add it back, so that's why you're not playing 3 of it. But you do want to see it, so that's why you're playing 3, or playing 2. And then we are also playing only 1 Puppeteer and 1 of the archives. So both these cards are searchable by your deck, and you don't really need more. You don't want to brick on more of these, especially with it being once per turn, as well as, you know, you don't want to see these all the time. It's like the same thing as Pot of Avarice. When you're playing Pot of Avarice, you'd only play 1 of it. So same reason, like, you just don't want to see more of it, and it's very, very interruptive. You can banish your own stuff, but really this is, you want to set this and activate it during your opponent's turn to like hit their tier stuff, or just cards in the graveyard that, you know, they're targeting with their bestial cards, which are very prominent and hurt this deck quite a bit. Part of the reason why I think that also this deck is not going to do as great is sadly because the bestial cards are just so widely used. Now for the other spells, we are playing the 1 card destruction. This card is so bad versus tier in testing, but if you're not playing versus tier and you're just able to send your card to the graveyard, you can go up to like a chain link of like 4 of the other cards. If you have 6 cards in your hand, you're activated. You can either have more cards in your hand if you don't use this right away, but being able to trigger a lot of your danger stuff right off the bat is just pretty crazy. And whatever cards you don't want to use, you can just set if they're trap cards on the field, or just do and then use it at the end of their turn to get some pluses. And then for the last 3 cards, we are playing the 3 Skill Drain. As I said earlier in the opening that, you know, you have a lot of big bodies on the field, and this deck doesn't do as much as a lot of other combo decks does this format. Like, you're gonna have a hard time struggling with like sprite boards or tier boards, or even there's like big boards that are just being made with like Dragon Links or even the bestial decks. So trying to just like bring it down to your playing field, being able to summon out like Skill Drain, or summon out like big monsters like Grapha, or even, I mean, this is Grapha, but a 32 body on the field, even something like a Bigfoot, or, you know, your new guy, they're going to have a hard time beating over those. And as well as, like, if you have a lot of bodies on the field, which this deck definitely excels at, they're going to have to summon a lot of stuff without using any monster effects, which is pretty hard for them onto the field. And then for the extra deck, shocker, we are playing 3 of the Grapha. This is the only extra deck card that is available with just 3 of the structure decks. But if you guys like this video and you would want more Dark World content, we can definitely up a list and have either a budget list or just a competitive list going up soon on the channel.